Sports has a great importance in our life. Just because of sports, we get name, fame, and recognition worldwide, along with physical, mental, and now economic strength. Sports connects us with each other, whether it is local sports, national or international.
10 मिनट के लिए एक्सरसाइज जो है 24 घंटे में बहुत ज़रूरी है। 24 घंटे आप होते हैं ना आपके पास
जी,
तो उसमें आप 10 मिनट निकालिए,
वॉक करिए, योगा
वॉक
करिए,
कीजिए,
ब्रीदिंग कीजिए,
थोड़ी बहुत जॉगिंग कीजिए। अगर जॉगिंग कर सकते हैं हल्की हल्की जॉगिंग कर लीजिए ग्राउंड में जाके, अगर नहीं कर सकते हैं तेज़ वॉक कर लीजिए। 10-15 मिनट के लिए वो काफ़ी है। और मैं ये गारंटी आपको देता हूँ कि अगर आप 10 मिनट अपनी सेहत के लिए निकालते हैं तो आपको डॉक्टर के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है।
Let's enlighten you about the Commonwealth Games and the importance of this international sports event. Now, you must be curious to know what is the Commonwealth Games, who organizes it, how many countries participate in it, how has India performed in the Commonwealth Games, and what are the preparations going on for the CWG to be held in Birmingham in July 2022.
The Commonwealth Games, often referred to as the Friendly Games, is an international multi-sport event involving athletes from the Commonwealth of Nations. It was first held in 1930 in Hamilton, Canada, and with the exception of 1942 and 1946 has taken place every 4 years since then. Athletes with a disability are included as full members of their national teams, making it the first fully inclusive international multi-sport event. In 2018, the Games became the first global multi-sport event to feature an equal number of men's and women's medal events.
Competition to bring together the nations of the British Empire had been talked about since the 1890s. The concept of Commonwealth Games then lay dormant for several years until M. Bobby Robinson, a journalist and member of the Canadian Olympic Committee at the 1928 Olympic Games in Amsterdam, raised the idea to his counterparts from Britain, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa with the idea of hosting the first Games in Hamilton, and hence was called the founding father of Commonwealth Games. 11 countries sent a total of 400 athletes to the Hamilton Games. The opening and closing ceremonies as well as athletes took place at Civic Stadium with Lord Wellington officially starting the Games. The participant nations were Australia, Bermuda, British Guyana, Canada, England, Northern Ireland, Newfoundland, New Zealand, Scotland, South Africa, and Wales. The 1978 Commonwealth Games were held in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This event was the first to bear the current day name of the Commonwealth Games and also marked a new high as almost 1,500 athletes from 46 countries took part.
Now, here in Canada, the man who's broken over 130 weightlifting records in his career hoists that ahead, and Russ Pryor has, I am sure, 3 golds, and he's got them. The judges have given it to him, and that's the smile of a 3-time gold medalist.
The Edmonton 1978 Games was also the first Games to introduce a mascot, Keanu, a Swan Hills grizzly bear, named after a pre-Indian word meaning unity and brotherhood. Matilda, the kangaroo mascot from the 1982 Commonwealth Games, was represented by a cartoon kangaroo and a gigantic 13-meter high mechanical winking kangaroo who traveled around the stadium and winked at the crowd.
Over 40 feet high and weighing over 6 tons. And the eye is capable of not just a blink, but a wink.
The official mascot of 2010 Commonwealth Games was Shera, and the official song of the games was composed by Academy and Grammy awardee Indian recording artist A.R. Rahman. The official mascot for the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games is revealed as Perry, a bull adorned with a patchwork of multicolored hexagons.
It feels quite amazing. I didn't expect this at all. I think it looks absolutely amazing.
Can you tell me about the design of it?
Well, it has hexagons because it has 3 equilateral triangles, which means everyone relies on each other. And then it's a bull because of the famous bull ring in Birmingham.
The Queen's Baton Relay is a relay around the world held prior to the beginning of the Commonwealth Games. The baton carries a message from the head of the Commonwealth, currently Queen Elizabeth II. The relay traditionally begins at Buckingham Palace in London as a part of the city's Commonwealth Day festivities. The relay was introduced at the 1958 British Empire and Commonwealth Games in Cardiff, Wales. The 2010 Queen's Baton Relay began as the baton left Buckingham Palace on 29 October 2009, travelling throughout the 17 nations of the Commonwealth, reaching India on 25 June 2010. The baton was designed by Michael Foley. The top international stars of the Commonwealth Games are Usain Bolt from Jamaica, Mo Farah from England, Valerie Adams from New Zealand, Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce from Jamaica, and Greg Rutherford from England.
The 2010 Commonwealth Games, officially known as 19th Commonwealth Games and commonly known as Delhi 2010, was held in Delhi, India, from 3rd to 14th October 2010.
Just about ready, that is, for the opening of the 19th Commonwealth Games. Here we are in the Nehru Stadium. Room for 65,000 people. We're not quite there yet. We can see 1 or 2 patches of blue seats, but it's probably getting on for 60,000 as we speak, ready for this opening ceremony. Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, been led in by the man who's organised these games, Suresh Kalmani. Dr. Singh, the first Sikh Prime Minister of India, taking his place, along with the President, who will shortly be with us, and His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, who is representing the Queen.
4,352 athletes participated from 71 nations. Anthem was Jio Utho Bado Jeeto, composed by A.R. Rahman. And the motto was Come Out and Play. New Delhi hosted the 2010 Commonwealth Games. It had 7 years to prepare. It was awarded the Games right in November 2003, but the authorities remained hard-pressed to give finishing touches till the start of the Games in the October 2010.
India have won 503 medals, 181 gold, 173 silver, and 149 bronze at the Commonwealth Games since the nation made its debut in 1934. The Indian contingent at London 1934 CWG featured 6 athletes who competed in 10 track and field events and 1 wrestling event. India won 1 medal at their debut Commonwealth Games. Wrestler Rashid Anwar was the first Indian to win a medal at the Commonwealth Games after clinching the bronze medal in the men's 94 kg freestyle wrestling event at CWG 1934. Legendary sprinter Milkha Singh became the first Indian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games, clinching the top spot in the men's 440-yard event at Cardiff 1958. India bagged another gold in the same edition when heavyweight wrestler Leela Ram won in the men's 100 kg freestyle category.
Cardiff 1958 was a historic year for women's participation too, as track and field athletes Stephanie D'Souza and Elizabeth Davenport became first Indian women to compete at the Commonwealth Games. Two-time Olympian weightlifter Raghavan Chandrasekaran won 3 gold medals, including snatch, clean and jerk and overall in the flyweight division at Commonwealth Games 1990 and followed it up with 3 silvers in bantamweight at 1994 edition in Victoria, Canada. Pistol shooter Jaspal Rana is the most successful Indian athlete at the Commonwealth Games with 15 medals, 9 golds, 4 silvers and 2 bronze. He dominated the shooting circuit in the 1990s and early 2000s. At New Delhi 2010, India won 101 medals, 39 gold medals, 26 silvers and 36 bronze to finish second on the medals leaderboard. New Delhi 2010 remains India's most successful Commonwealth Games till date. The then 20-year-old Neeraj Chopra debuted at the Commonwealth Games 2018 as the top contender, and he lived up to his billing. Neeraj's very first attempt in the qualification round put him through to the final. The young Indian threw the spear at 82.42 meter to achieve the qualifying mark 78 meter and finish 4th overall.
And more importantly than any of those things, he's got the talent. No man from his nation has ever lifted this title, but they have now. Neeraj Chopra.
Indian badminton players Ami Ghia and Kanwal Singh were the first Indian women to win a Commonwealth Games medal, pocketing a women's double bronze during Edmonton 1978. Rupa Unnikrishnan became the first Indian woman to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games, clinching the 50-meter rifle thrown title at CWG 1998 in Kuala Lumpur. At CWG 2018 in Gold Coast, Manika Batra was the most successful Indian with 4 medals. Seema Punia bagged the silver in the women's discus throw event. Mary Kom, the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Arjuna awardee bagged the gold in the women's 45 to 48 kg boxing event by beating Ireland's Christina O'Hara. Saina Nehwal bagged the gold, beating PV Sindhu despite her knee injury in 2016 Olympics. This was Saina's second individual Commonwealth gold, and the win also ranks her 12th in the world. Sindhu took home the silver.
So far, India have won a total of 504 medals in the Commonwealth Games, which is the 5th highest overall in the history of the meets. India's best ever performance came at the 2010 edition at home held in New Delhi, with a total of 101 medals. The next best of India's CWG Hall came in 2002, which was held in Manchester, England. India won a total of 69 medals. India finished third at the Commonwealth Games 2018 with a medal count of 66, their third highest ever. Table tennis star Manika Batra alone bagged 4 medals.
Brings unions together. These games will embrace and champion the youth, diversity, humanity and pride of the region and the Commonwealth, improve health and well-being, inspire, engage and connect communities and athletes to realize their full potential and live happier, healthier lives. Help the region to grow and succeed. Drive sustainable growth and aspiration, creating opportunities through trade, investment, jobs, and skills. Be a catalyst for change. Transform and strengthen local communities, working together to deliver new and improved homes, facilities, and transport links.
Over the coming week, as we celebrate the friendship, spirit of unity and achievements of the Commonwealth, we have an opportunity to reflect on a time like no other. Whilst experiences of the last year have been different across the Commonwealth, stirring examples of courage, commitment and selfless dedication to duty have been demonstrated in every Commonwealth nation, and in our everyday lives, we have had to become more accustomed to connecting and communicating via innovative technology, which has been new to some of us, with conversations and communal gatherings, including Commonwealth meetings, conducted online. enabling people to stay in touch with friends, family, colleagues and counterparts who they have not been able to meet in person. Increasingly, we have found ourselves able to enjoy such communication, as it offers an immediacy that transcends boundaries or division, helping any sense of distance to disappear.
This is Birmingham, the biggest example of the changes made by the Industrial Revolution.
The superstar of world athletics.
He remains unbeaten since the last Glasgow Commonwealth Games.